But what keeps you motivated to continue that route where you're like, hey, I'm just going to keep tossing these mugs out, but like, Lord, it's up to you.
Yeah, I mean, like, so that's so this and this is the thing for me. Like, I've realized that I don't know how to explain this other than I did traveling music ministry for so long
Mm-hmm.
and was like was not really providing for my family with that. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
And my wife was holding it down on that, and that was it was great. It wasn't like we were out here like crying like, oh, I'm not making money doing this or enough money or whatever.
Right.
Like I had dope videos because we made enough money that, but I was always putting the money back into my career to do the videos, to do all this other stuff.
Yeah.
And like I the sync stuff pays really good, bro. You know what I'm saying? So like I'm not gonna like act like everything that I do is 100% like ministry oriented spiritual. Like when
Yeah.
I write these sync songs, like yo, they are sermons. Like, bro, they're not sermons, because if they were, they would mention Jesus. But the reality is like Apex Legends is not gonna use a song that I write first person about Jesus and be like, yeah, it's about Jesus. You know what I'm saying? Like they're not gonna
For the
do
kingdom.
that. They're not gonna use it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So
Right.
like for me, like money is a motivator in that sense of like it is a career as
Mm.
well.
Yeah.
Of like, bro, like I feel like God opened up a door for me that no one else has. Cause I used to look at like, oh bro, like everyone, like, oh, I gotta be on reach, bro, to be successful.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? We got to
Yeah.
be on Reach Records and we got to be doing, whatever. Because at the end of the day, bro, let's be honest. Like, yes, we want to impact people, but who wouldn't want to have a career that you also love to do?
Yes.
You know, and like we all want that.
Yeah.
And I feel like God just like dropped this thing in my lap that's massive. And I struggled with that for a long time because of our mentality as Christians of like, are you serving money? Are you serving God? Are you know? And I think we also over spiritualize music in the church so much that we're like, Satan was the lead worship leader, so therefore everything that we do is like, like if you play a chord, a spirit's gonna come out, or
Bruh.
whatever. And like, so we do that so much that it makes musicians feel like we have no right to work with that gift anywhere else other than in the church, because then we're
Ah.
doing whatever. And I had to like pray through all of those things and just realize like, yo, like God can use a Christian in a space that other people like they don't really fully understand what's going on. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so for me, like it was realizing like I think God is actually blessing my family and giving me like, bro, like I did, like I said, like I've slept in vans. I've had my knees lock up in the middle of the night because I'm cramped in this van sleeping. You know what I'm saying? In the winter, like for the sake of the gospel. And then like to have him just also be like, yo, here's this trailer, boom. Here's, and it's like enough bread for the year to like feed your family. You know what I'm saying? And like that type of stuff is just like is a motivator, bro. It's like right now I'm like in 100% like I'm in provide mode, bro. And I just want to make sure, in the same way that like a salesman, like if he's selling something
Right.
and he's working for a company and he's selling nails, like his job is to sell nails to people. Like he's not putting in his email like, yo, I got these nails, God bless you in Jesus name. You know what I'm saying? Like he's not doing that. He's
Right.
selling nails.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so like he's trying to get the bread, and then he's giving to his church, or he's giving to a community, and teaching people behind the scenes and teaching his children. Like I felt like even the move to Nashville, like my focus has been like, how do I teach my kids how to be creative in this world,
Yeah.
and figure out how to use their gift, whether they serve in the church, whether they do not. Like, I mean, when I shouldn't say whether they serve in the church, I mean whether that gift is explicitly used in the church or whether it's used somewhere else. Like, how do you walk in that space? And so, to me, like that's some of the spiritual elements behind the scenes. And like right now, I am in get the bag mode because I do want to provide. And dude, there's always been something for me. I always wish and wished and still do wish for the future that I'd be able to help my friends out financially. But
Mm.
I've always had a job that is for either someone who's so dedicated they're like they're okay that they don't get paid, or for like a college age student who they can't, like that is good to them, that's good money.
Yeah.
But like I can't give someone 50 grand a year.
Yeah.
but I would love to be able to do that.
Right.
You know what I'm
Right.
saying? I would love to be able to bring someone on at some point and be like, yo, that's right, bro. You're my friend. I think that we could do this. And like they can provide income for their families. And like there's a blessing in that, that people oftentimes they don't see it because they demonize what we're doing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And like, so I, yeah, so for me is get the bag mode, like for in a big way, but I try to honor God and how I go about it. I'm not just like gonna go and be like, I'm the best person that's ever lived, or you know, say some crazy stuff in a song just to get a placement.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it's a get the bag mode. And then with the branding thing too, I know I'm talking forever, but I wanted to share this
No,
one
you're
thing.
good.
I really struggled with, should I have a different brand for all that sync stuff so Beacon Light can be like this Christian thing? And I prayed about it and prayed about it, and I just felt like God is like, look, it's the same person making it.
Amen.
Just be honest with people, because there are, and I will say this, spoiler alert to anyone who's still watching, and they're like, all right, you know, I'll actually listen to this guy. Integrity's like, spoiler, bro. No one's here. They all left. No,
No, they still vibing, bro.
no, but there are a lot of Christian artists who have other brands that they write under for sync music. So you might think, I'm not going to say any names because I'm not going to like mar anyone's career, but
Right.
like there are people that you think are like all about only worship songs, and they write tons of songs behind the scenes for other genres and all types of things, because they understand like they feel the pressure weighted by the Christian industry that they have to be pure, holy worship. Like everything about them has to feel like that in order to get ticket sales, in order to get booked at festivals, in order to get booked at churches, all of that stuff. So they have an image that's there. And then they go and write some other songs because they actually need to make money for them, for their family. And they don't just write songs that are wild, but they use their gift in that way. But I didn't want to be like that. I don't want to just like, I'm going to have this other like covert brand that I put this stuff under. Like, I'm just gonna be honest with people, live my life out here. Like, bro, like, yeah, in that song, I do struggle with some of those lyrics because I don't know how they're being used. Maybe they're being used for a weird scene, you know what I'm saying? But like, at least I can try to walk someone through that. And I get that somebody else might be like, well, you're making people stumble, but it's like, I'd rather just have everything out in the open. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. 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 No, absolutely. I think the transparency in and of itself, again, for those who are at a mature point, those who actually have a community where maybe they could bounce off ideas. Because let's be honest, if I am stumbling because of someone that I'm following on Instagram, right, or Twitter, whatever, that is a me problem. That is not a them problem, right? Because I can just unfollow. Right. Most people forget that somehow. You can unfollow. You can change the channel, right? You can not go to the movie theater, whatever it is for you. And so for them to feel like, for anybody, whether it's an artist or not, to feel this pressure of like, I might make somebody stumble. It's like, okay, yeah, you got to use some wisdom within. Don't get me wrong, but like, let's not forget to hold the audience accountable. Everybody always wants to hold the artist accountable, rightly so, because again, you're in certain places and certain spotlights and having certain people to listen that may never hear, you know, whatever the case may be, right? Like you get platformed for a certain reason, and so yes, we ought to be good stewards of that platform. At the same time, as an audience member, I need to be a good steward of my own ears and my own convictions and everything else. And so if for whatever reason integrity is not within those means, then hey, I can like him as a person, but I'm just not going to follow him anymore.